Hey, how's everyone doing out there? Ready for some Qigong class? Are you ready for Qigong class? Are you ready for Qigong class? I see people are out there. I think you might be ready. Hi, Jabri. All right, let me just share this link on the page and we are good to go. All right, here we are. All right. Let's pay attention to our hearts, the heartbeat, and let's pay attention to our breath flow. How is your breath flowing today? As you see, the title of this video is about panging your pang. I mean, processing your pang. And I'll explain more of that in a minute. Came up in a meditation about what the world needs today, emotionally, which also affects us, our physical health as well. So thank you for amusing me and allowing me to share what that meditation is in a moment. As you connect with your energy flow, is your energy moving you like mine's moving me right now? Is your energy feeling weak? Is it feeling antsy? Is it feeling dominating? Is it feeling dragging you down? Just connect with what your energy is feeling. I guess I'll put the mic a little bit closer to me. Notice what your spine is doing. You might even just be lying down right now. We're going to probably do a lot of things seated in the beginning of class. And then even when we stand, if you're sitting or lying down, you could just imagine yourself doing it. As long as you're feeling your chi flow, feeling your energy flow, you're definitely getting a chi workout, which means you're getting a little more harmonized with the energy in you, out of you, around you, through you. We are complicated beings. We are gardens, all of us. And we have weeds and flowers that are about to bloom, fruit that's about to grow. And the weeds aren't even necessarily bad. It's always good to just see ourselves as a growing, processing, beautiful garden, beautiful forest where all these magical energies have met and are alchemizing into who you are every moment, every breath you take. Enjoy that breath right now. As we come up with our intention for class today and share with each other what it is we want to focus on, whether physical, emotional, or mental, I will let you know about this pang meditation, which just might help some of you out there, which is why I think it comes to me. So what is a pang? It's a sudden pain, like ow. It's what happens when your appendix, for example, is about to burst. You get a sudden pang, a pang, an intense pain, a sharp pain. Well, what about an emotional pang? Those are not as easy to verify because they're invisible. You have to take someone's word for it. Well, you have to take someone's word for the physical pains too, but you might see them doubling over. Now, I'm so much pain, I can't even move. Well, that happens to us emotionally too. It's called a trigger, but I think trigger is so often misinterpreted as the trigger to a gun. And people don't understand that it's a pang. I think instead of going bang with the gun, a pang is what you feel when you're triggered emotionally. It happens a lot with PTSD, and it just happens with daily issues. I think a lot of people arguing about politics are just panged up. They're just completely full of pangs about wanting their person to win, that they do things irrationally. Now, so I'm not saying that a pang causes you, it should be judged. Actually, it's better to not judge the pang, but to sit with it and be aware of the pang. If you just don't admit that it's a painful thing causing you to react in an irrational way, then that's when there's trouble. But I'm going to take it one step beyond, and then we're going to go on sharing all of our intentions. Feel free to, once it comes to you, just post it in the comments. Let me know what your intention is. But I want to encourage you all to process your pangs if they come up in Qigong today. Not only today, but anytime while we're doing class. As you know, a lot of times in my intro, I bring things up about the Qigong practice. And so this, I hope, will help you in your Qigong practice when you experience a pang, or even if you experience it around people. So any kind of pain is hard for us to process. That's why we get painkillers and whatnot. But emotional pangs are clues to uncover the wounds and finally heal from them and not bury them. If something hurts you and you tell someone it hurts you, or if someone tells you that something hurts them, it might, as a culture, I think we are judgmental. And that causes the person panging, to feel more pang on top of the pang. And then it becomes even more hard to process because not only do they feel an emotional pang or a physical pang, a lot of times people are told, oh, you're not in physical pain. And that's another way that they're told that their pang doesn't matter. And so then you have this other pang. It's like a multi-dimensional pang on top of the pang. So you feel upset and disappointed that that person isn't taking your pang seriously. So that's one panging. And then the other panging is that you can't get rid of your pang. Whereas if the other person or culture or, community recognized your pang, then we would all, as a culture and a world, be able to process it instead of fight about it. So just meditate on that for a moment. Maybe that's part of your intention. Maybe that's part of what you've been going through in life as well. And honor your own pang. That's what this is about. Take the masks off. Take the denials off. We're here together to celebrate the gardens of our emotions and not have to hide in any way. So my name is Aviva. My intention is to be here for you today and to allow our pangs to be processed and therefore removed, hopefully, so that we can feel better and not worse on top of worse. And Jabri says his intention is to be here with us and to focus on his knee and feet today. Okay, we can definitely do some more stuff for the knees. We haven't focused on the knees in a while. So, anyone else out there want to give me an intention for class today? What do you want us to focus on? You can talk about an organ that might be hurting you. You can talk about an emotion that needs to be processed. The cool thing about Chinese medicine is each of our organ comes with not only a meridian, which is a channel that we work through and unblock, but also an emotion is associated with each organ as well. Thank you so much. Also, yes, thank you, Mr. Black, for sharing this with your friends and inviting them to join us for class today. I really appreciate that. And it might just be what they need to process their pain. When other people are processing their pain, it might make you pang. And that's a sign that you need to process your pain too, but not make their pain worse, hopefully. All right, let's breathe in our intentions and release anything in the way. Breathe in your intentions. Release resistance. Breathe in your intention. Release your resistance. Breathe in your intentions. Release your resistance. Not enough people are breathing fully, so we're going to start with some breathing exercises as well. If you're panging, you're not going to be wanting to breathe deeply, because when you breathe really deeply in the whole body, you can feel the pangs more. And it hurts because the breath doesn't want to go to those panging areas. So let's just gently breathe into the body. Breathe into every cell. Find that tension, breathe into it. Breathe even more. Expand that breath to every cell of your body and gently breathe out through every cell of your body. We'll do that 2 more times. Breathe into your center. Expand the breath to every single cell of your body. And then breathe out through every single cell of your body. Once again, breathe in to your center. Expand the breath to every cell of your body. And release. And you might get an emotion out here through every cell of your body. We are going to start with the confidence mudra because we need confidence to process our pangs. So we're going to bring the index finger to the thumb and the ring finger to the thumb. And we'll do this with the other hand as well. And let the hands open up, let the underarms open up, and just keep on breathing. You can do that breath. As long as you're getting deep with your breath, you can do any breathing technique you want. You can do Wim Hof. Just be aware that with Wim Hof, emotions might come up really quickly, and don't suppress it. We can probably do that, Jabri, yeah. So as we're holding this confidence mudra, which is also about centering yourself, I want to remind you about cultural pangs that exist in our society. This is the stuff that comes up when we talk about politics, racism, sexism, anti-Semitism. And I want you to just think about that in an individual way. Think about how every individual is affected differently by these cultural pangs. And so they have their individual panging. Um, I feel like insecurity is one of the most common emotional epidemics in our culture. And when I was studying abnormal psychology in college, I studied all kinds of, conditions, borderline, um, depression, anxiety, I read about all that stuff, multiple personality disorder, schizophrenia. But nobody really targeted insecurity or lack of self-esteem or lack of confidence as a vibrational issue, as a chemical issue that you can fix with some kind of drug, right? And I just found that so fascinating. And when I found the Bach flower essences, which most of you know I'm a consultant in, which is a homeopathic system of helping our psychology or helping our mental states and emotional states. One of the things I loved about it is that there's 3 different remedies for confidence. And I think that's fascinating. So that's just a side note, but I just want to say that as we're holding this mudra for a few more breaths, maybe a couple more minutes, and we're centering into our self-confidence and our self-esteem, just think about the cultural pangs that might be affecting your self-esteem. For example, media and advertising cause a lot of pangs in us, subconsciously. All the makeup commercials for women, and I don't know as much about guys because I'm not a guy, but you all know the expectations on men in our culture can be a little bit pangy. um, can feel a little overwhelming, I'm sure. Um, so if you feel insecure, ask yourself, is this really coming from inside of me, or is it coming from the media? Is it coming from advertising trying to sell me a product to make me feel bad about myself unless I have this product, unless I'm doing the latest trend? Is this really coming from my soul, or has it been induced? My heart is panging right now thinking about how many people are stuck in that rat race. And I feel so honored and lucky to not be right now and to be able to be here with you all. So let's move on to the heart. Since my heart is panging, and probably many of you's are as well, bring the index finger down and connect the thumb to the middle in the ring. We'll do this on the other side. The pinky is out. And feel your heart getting that good energy, opening up the tension, opening up from the confusion into some joy, into some relaxation, into some love for yourself, for your community, for the world. Feel your stillness, your peace inside. If where you are right now, it's hard to feel peace and stillness, maybe you can go outside. Maybe you can just put on some peaceful music. Maybe you can just think about peaceful environments and imagine you're in them, around peaceful people. Notice how your shoulders feel. Are you tensing them up? Notice how your upper back and lower back feels. Are you tensing them up? And if you're on your iPhones, you could probably do this class outside with me. You don't have to stay inside. You can bring your technology outside. I think another thing that affects our heart energy is more than like a lot of other organs in some ways is the past. The back of the heart is like your past. So if you have these past pangs that are not processed, unprocessed pangs, then just breathe through that heart area and see if you can find any of the dust and just sweep it away. Sweep it away the best you can. Ask your heart, why are you panging? And listen, be a good listener. What happens as a culture when we pang and we don't process it? We also go into something called shock. Shock is one of the hardest emotions to process because it's not a feeling like sadness and anger that you can just feel out. It's actually lack of feeling, it's numbness. And so, in order to process it, you need to feel or hug. Hugging and touch is one of the best things for shock. So, right now, we are all in a different state of shock about everything that's going on because we're avoiding each other. It's not exactly an organic thing to do to stay away from each other. It causes shock. And mentally, you might observe it and think it's normal. But when you experience, connection, you realize, oh, that feels good. It feels healing. So this is something you can do to help with your shock. The heart chakra, mudra. It has the word shock in it, but it doesn't mean the same thing. Okay, we're going to do another stretch for the heart. We are going to bring the bottoms of the feet together. Bring the hands under the toes and gently lean over. See better over here. Bring your hands under the ankles now. Relax your spine, feel it rise, and just rock back and forth. This is great for shock, and it's great to open up the heart and feel joy. And it's kind of like a fun little, you almost feel like a little kid when you do this. I am so grateful for this class right now to be able to share all this with all of you. I'm just savoring it while we're able to do this. And bring the hands under the toes and drop the elbows down. Oh, wow, you did that naturally, Jeffrey? That's so cool. See, our body is so intuitive. What an amazing garden we have. Okay, good. So now we're going to do the mudra for our intuition. Very important to pay attention to that intuition. All the fingertips together here. This helps to sweep the cobwebs out of our brains. The overthinking, the not thinking enough, the confusion, the illusion, the lies. That's another thing that really affects the heart, is being lied to. You might not know mentally you're being lied to, but your heart knows. And that can cause a lot of pain. Never doubt your pain. You might not understand it, but as part of humanity, it's like a radar system. It doesn't help to ignore it or push it down because it's just going to come right back up. We're going to do one more mudra, and that is for our root chakra for the kidneys and the bladder. We're going to bring the thumb together with the pinky and the ring. See, it's like little roots. It's like the peace sign too. So we're going to hold this and think about our survival. If you have survival issues, survival fears, fear of money, fear of surviving, this is a really good mudra to ground you. Connect with your ancestors who have carried you this far, who have suffered probably more than you ever have, just to stay alive. And to feel that deep connection and that deep support. Good. Okay, now we're going to do the throat, the self massage for the neck. Open up the right hand into a V, bring it around the left ear, glide down till you swallow, and then give yourself a little massage. Do that a couple more times. Good job, everyone. Hold a spot on your shoulder for 20 seconds before we go to the other side. Find a trigger spot. Find a pang, but not too painful of a pang. Okay. And the other side. Okay, and then hold a spot on your shoulder for 20 seconds. Good. And we're going to do a quick rub for the liver, spleen, and tummy. So you're just going to go under the right ribs and do a little circle around that liver area. It's right under the ribs right there. Just circle that around. You can do it over your shirt too. Little massage for the liver. And do like 30 times one way and then 30 times the other way. Smile on the liver. See the liver smiling back at you. Other direction. Okay. And then the other side for the spleen. Smile on your spleen. See your spleen smiling back at you. And the other direction. Smile on your heart. See your heart smiling back at you. And then we're going to go right in the middle area, that whole stomach area, which is also the colon and everything. So go all the way around. I'm starting to itch a little bit. Sometimes that happens from the rubbing and just like the toxins getting out of you. Smile on your stomach, smile on your colon. See them all smiling back at you. And the other direction, please. Beautiful. Okay. Now we're ready to stand up and do the Wujikong form. Like I said, you could do this sitting or lying down as well, using the edits in your mind on what to do, what you can do, what you can't do. You could just lift your finger. I don't know how some of you might be sick in bed. Whatever you can do, don't judge yourself. Just do what you can do. You can pretend that your fingers are doing the Qigong and just feel that energy and the relaxation all around you. So the beginning of the Wujikong starts with putting the right hand under the belly button and the left on top, about 2 fingers on each side. Right for women, left for men. So it's the opposite for men. I almost forgot to say. And then you press in and shake the belly up and down. Then you bring the feet shoulder width apart and you bend the knees and the shoulders up and down. And you bounce, 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 bounce. And you might need to move a little bit just to keep your toes relaxed and your whole foot relaxed. And bring the bottom hand out, face up, and the top face down, and just keep shaking. And then shake it all out. And come to stillness. Lower that left shoulder down and gently release. Release back and forth. And relax your face as well, which means your lips are slightly parted and you got a little smile. Feel the opening between your shoulder and your ear. And 3 back. The other side. Back and forth. And both at the same time. And then come up slowly. And then gently drop down, so as if the arms are just floating down like feathers. And then come up halfway in reverse directions. Keep those knees a little bit bent so you don't lock them. Keep the lips parted, face relaxed. Relax the shoulders. And then just keep the hands over the head. Yin first and then yang. Excuse me. Thank you. And then bring your hands under your heart, over your heart, under your heart. Wipe the negative dust off the shelf. And then bring the hands over the belly. That was good for the shoulders and the arms, relaxing that, also strengthening the core. The next one focuses on relaxing the ankles, feet, knees, and hips. And then the last part really helps with the lower back. Okay. Now we're going to lift that left heel up and bend both knees and rotate that left knee towards the right. In the other direction. Relax the fingers, relax under the arms, relax the shoulders. Drop that left heel down, lift the right heel up and rotate towards the left. And the other direction. And then bring both feet and knees and thighs together. You're going to bend down and then turn both of them to the left. It also feels good on the back. And go the other direction. Yeah, I think I also breathed in a bunch of dirt when I worked harvesting in the garden this past Sunday. Okay. And then bring the feet shoulder width apart, and like a tree in the wind, you're just going to rock back and forth gently from side to side, putting all the weight in the right foot and then the weight in the left. Always keeping the feet on the ground, not lifting them up from side to side, just keeping them weighted. And then just let the arms just gently go back and forth as well. Like a willow tree, like willow branches. Feeling the organization of your body falling into place. Okay, come to stillness again. Feet are shoulder width apart. Relax the hands. Relax that lower back. And bend the knees a little bit and just feel the energy from the earth coming up the legs and just relaxing you all the way into your core, your energy center. As we ground in the earth, ground in the knowledge of your pangs being pang worthy or recognizing worthy. One of the most painful panging experiences could be when someone like invalidates your pang or basically legitimately says that you're absolutely crazy, like they gaslight you. Like you express your pang to them and then they say, "You're crazy. Are you crazy? Is something wrong with you?" That is so unhealthy. It makes it uh if you doubt yourself after that, it can really twist up how you feel about yourself and your self-esteem. And it's a betrayal of that person to do that to you. A lot of our parents have done that. A lot of teachers, a lot of bosses, you know, just to kind of maintain control in an unhealthy way. Probably not even realize what they're doing sometimes. No, you're not crazy. You're just panging. Okay, so now the next part of the form is called Alchemizing Humanity. I might need to get some more water in a minute. Bring your hands up in front of your tummy, feet shoulder width apart, bend your knees a little bit. You're about 2 fists away from your belly button. And you're going to rotate your hips and you're going to keep holding that ball the same distance. So it's going to just follow you around. Relax your fingers, opening up your hips. It also helps your lower back. This whole part is like really very much about connecting with your lower back, your roots, your creation of your life. Other way. And open up. And relax down. You're going to lift the left arm all the way up to the left ear. Now, if you have back issues, this might be impossible to bend over like this, which is fine. You can literally do this standing up, just lifting the hand and just letting it float down, or you can just bend a little bit. You can also sit and do this leaning over. I had horrible, horrible back pain when I first started doing this. I asked Grandmaster Fu, what do I do if I have back pain? My teacher of this form. And he said, do it more. That's true. It helps to protect you from getting pain. You're right. Yes, it does help. Okay, now we're going to reach across the body. Do the same thing where the arm is just kind of floating up and then floating down like a feather. And now it's just 5 minutes of doing whatever you want. So I'm going to turn the light off because you don't need to see my instruction clearly. Just get into your own energy, feel your energy. Closing your eyes is really helpful as long as you're not dizzy, in just feeling the energy. And you can sit, you can lie down. Just really focus on feeling that energy for 5 minutes straight. We might do 10. Sometimes we do 10. We'll probably just do 5. Maybe we'll do 7. Okay. So just keep that up. I'm going to go get more water. You guys can keep on doing this. And I'll be back in 5 minutes or maybe sooner. One more minute. Thirty more seconds. It's free form. Wuji. Just move with the energy. Okay, good job. Any questions or anything you would like to share with me or the class? Any requests? Don't see any questions, so we will go ahead and get started with the feet and the knee stretches, self massage for the end of class. We'll start with the feet. Um, okay, so we are going to rotate each toe a few times in each direction, 3 times, maybe more, and then pull the toe away from the foot. Do this all the way down the line of the foot. And then rotate the whole ankle a few times in each direction. Bring the toes back and rub the bottom of the feet. And rub around the ankle. And then rub between the toes on the top of the foot. Find a trigger point on the bottom of the foot and hold that for 20 seconds. Okay. Tap up and down the leg and brush. Okay. Now we're going to find the spot on the inside of the leg, just under the knee, about 2 or 3 fingers below. There's a nice trigger point there, connecting to several muscles and several meridian lines. Just hold that or circle around it for 20 seconds. Happy fall, everyone. Autumn. Not falling down. The season, autumn, falling leaves. Okay, and then we are going to do these 2 little It's like you're playing a video game with two little spots on the top of your knee. Just rub that. And then go around the sides of the knee to the bottom of the knee. And then come up through the middle gently. And just rub a little circle on the top. Be careful if you have knee issues. And then rub a little bit on both sides as well. Then above the knee, about 4 or 5 fingers above on the outside of the leg, there's another good spot there to do a gentle pressure. And then once again, tap up and down and brush and tap on the feet. Beautiful. Other side. Turn the toe a few times in one direction and then the other, and then pull the toe away from the foot. And rotate the whole ankle, both directions. Pull the toes back, rub the bottom feet. And rub around the ankles. And then between the toes on the top of the foot. Okay. And then tap the bottom of the foot, and we're going to try to find the point that feels like a pang. Hold that for 20 seconds. Okay. All right, and then we're going to go to this knee area, just rub around the knee, and then play that video game over the knee, like a just right above the knee. Tap back and forth with the thumbs. Go around the sides to the bottom pad. And then back up again and a little bit closer to the kneecap. And then on the side, little circles. Okay, and then under the knee, about 2 or 3 fingers down is a really nice trigger point. Okay, and then above the knee on the outside, about 4 or 5 fingers above, is another good pressure point. Good. And tap up and down. And brush. Brush. Good job. Any questions now? We are coming to the end of the hour. I've got an ant bite on my ankle. Let's do another mudra. This is for the womb area, sexual organs, the creative energy. You just bring the hands together in a clasp. The left is over the top for the women. It goes left, right, left, right. For men, it's right over the top, right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay, just hold that and breathe. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and rub the hands together and just feel this energy ball between your hands. Kind of like the Wujikong, but you're really focused on feeling a ball. And you can make it grow and shrink. Feel this energy ball, energy bubble. Hey, JR, welcome to class. We are feeling the energy balls between our hands. You need to activate the energy, rub the hands together. Okay, and we are going to bring these in, we're going to pass them in a circle. Other way. And again. And the other way. Got it. Let's open up and all feel this bubble together. And bring your hands over your head. We're going to push this ball of hope and love and joy and faith out into the world. 1, 2, 3. And truth. Okay, and now we are going to do a bow. It's an optional bow. We thank all the lineage holders for this knowledge. 谢谢永续. And we thank all the teachers for sharing this knowledge. 谢谢老师. And we fill our hearts with gratitude and compassion, and we spread it out to the whole entire world. Once again, mwah, I am so grateful for you for having class with me here today. And for those of you who are continuing to come every time I have class, Mondays and Wednesdays, it really is nice. It's creating a nice community here and a nice cohesion. So I really appreciate that commitment and that, what's the word, stability, dependability, consistency. If you'd like to contribute towards my teaching time today and my technology costs, then please PayPal me at Aviva and the Flying Penguins at yahoo.com. I will put the link in the description below. I'll also put the link, the affiliate link I have to this book, which is where I get all the mudras from, most of them at least. And then I'll also link some of the other classes below, some of the other videos I've done since March. Hi, JR! Says Scribbles. JR just said hi to Scribbles. Yeah, and I think that's it. This class will remain up. I'm not sure how long, but this class and all these classes, I'm adding it to the exercise channel and to the live Qigong channel playlist. It's all Aviva Sings Out channel. So thanks again for being here, for sharing this video, for liking this video, for commenting on this video. All of that creates great energy. And I will see you all for Qigong class Monday and Wednesday next week, same time, same place, 1:30 to 3. And if you'd like to join me for my live YouTube concert, it's every Sunday at 7, 8, and 9. So I'd love to see you then as well. If you have any questions and you didn't put them in the chat messages, then you can just put them as a comment below, and I will do my best to get to everyone's question. Or maybe other people can answer them better in the community, the penguin community. I do have a new song for this Sunday, Jabri. It is about planting hemp in Georgia. And hopefully I'll have that edited by Sunday as well. My next Sunday songwriting, which completes the Sunday songwriting series of 13. And then we start over from number 1. And you are number 1. And you are a star. And I can't wait to see you next time I see you. Thanks for sticking around. Y'all are amazing. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Get plenty of hydration and plenty of nutrient-rich food. Love you all.